Hey fam, welcome back to the Money Reclamation series. We've been talking about money wounds, rewriting our money story, and so many other things around money. It's high time we talk about receiving, don't you think? You can do all the manifesting work, and I know some people, including myself, who've done all the work and can't figure out why it's not working. Well, guess what? It's not going to work if your receiving channel is closed. So that's why we've got to unlock it. And we're going to do that today. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Africa Archield, and I'm Oracle and Guide to spiritually and socially conscious women who want to lead. There are some reasons why, people find it difficult to receive, right? It's not by accident. Society really kind of shames receiving. You'll hear them heap blessings and adulations to people who give, right? It is always better to give than receive. Have you heard that one before? It's better to give than receive. Like, receiving itself is shameful. I don't know about you, but I was taught that receiving help was a form of weakness. I remember telling my oldest kid just the other day, we're passing by my old middle school, and I remember just for the first time in my entire life doing poorly in a class. I got a C. Oh, it was unheard of, right? And it did not meet my parents' expectations of what their child could do. Like, how did this happen? Are you not studying hard enough? Did you not read the materials? I was doing all the normal things. And honestly, they knew I was doing all the normal things. So this warranted an investigation. Don't worry, I'm going to bring it back around. And so I started asking some of my friends who were also in the class. And one of them told me that their older sibling had given them their notebook from when they took the class. And they would go through the regular studying, and they would study the notebook, which had all the old tests, which, I don't know, to me felt a lot like cheating. And my friend's like, I'm happy to hook you up with someone who also took the class, and you could buy the notebook off of them. I was like, I almost didn't want the advice I had just received. I didn't want their help because it seemed not good. And I remember even telling my mother about it, and my mother was just horrified until she met with that teacher because she demanded a parent-teacher conference. And then after that, we went on some errands. And I remember she had me go do something else in another part of the store, and she was over somewhere else. And when she came back, she handed me cash to go get the help that I needed, to go grab that notebook. Because even though, yes, the old tests were in there, they were not the same test. But this teacher had a habit of somewhat using the old test, but the test was not necessarily what was in the book, nor what he actually taught. So you needed the old test to just even understand what would be on the test. It's kind of crazy. But I almost didn't want that help because I didn't understand how that whole thing was operating. And also because I was told, for me, as a woman, especially as a woman of color, to need help with anything meant that I knew nothing. So I am very wired to push help away, to do it all on my own, because I got that double whammy of being female and a person of color. And so you might be thinking, if you're not a woman and you're watching this, what do you mean because you're a woman? What do you mean because you're a person of color? Well, as a woman, I was literally taught to do things without being asked to do the thing. I was raised to anticipate other people's needs and fulfill them. So it's interesting to me now, having two children, of being when they were born, right? Different genders. We won't get into gender identity, and I'm not going there right now, but different genders at birth and how they were socialized. One anticipates other people's needs and fulfills them automatically. The other's waiting to be told what to do. And that's mind-blowing to me, because as a child, I was always hypersensitive to other people's needs and what needed to be done. Some to keep the peace, and some just because I was a woman. So yes, you may have had a childhood like that too, especially, as I said, as a woman or as a person of color. Maybe someone who was a little bit lower on the socioeconomic scale. You were raised to do it all without asking for help, without even being asked, right? You were taught to anticipate and do it all, right? I think that's kind of a scary thing, and it's something that I'm hoping to break, but even as I watch my own kiddos, one, like I said, definitely's got it. They ain't gonna do anything unless you ask them to do it. They are not gonna anticipate your needs. And the other one is, has anticipating of needs on steroids and will try to do everything themselves. Everything. And they don't want help. They don't want my help. They don't want help from friends, family, no one. And I'm like, whoa. Is it too late to work that out? Is it too late to reinstall something new? I'm telling you that it's not. In a few minutes, I'm going to share with you 3 ways where you can build your capacity to receive, especially to receive abundance, to receive money. You know, there's a story that I think is kind of cute. I'm going to try and tell it as succinctly as possible because I've gotten to a lot of stories lately, but this one is just so perfect because it illustrates this point really well. It said that there was a flood coming, right? And everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew they probably need to evacuate so they would not get stuck, right? So this woman was praying, literally praying for help. And someone came by and there's like, hey, we're evacuating. Would you like to come with us? Why don't you come with us? We'll take you with us and we're going to write this whole thing out. It's like one of her neighbors. You know, she was older and she's like, oh no, I'm praying. God's going to protect me. We're like, okay. So they left. Water started rising. Someone came up in one of those big old trucks because they see that there's someone inside a house. They saw someone moving around. Water's starting to rise. It's all the way up on the porch now. They get over there, knock on the door. Hey, would you like, we'll help you. I'll carry you over to my truck and get you in. Would you like to come with us? You need to get out of here. The water is literally rising. I just happen to have a lifted truck and I'm driving through. Because I'm on my way out. No, I've been praying. God's going to help me. Then we got the rescue coming around with a boat. And they see that someone moving around on the second floor and they knock on the window. She comes over. No, God's going to protect me. I don't need your help. Now she's out on top of the roof of the house because the flood waters are above the second story. Helicopter sees her, comes over, rope down, someone there ready to lift her up, and they're going to be pulled up into the helicopter. Don't worry, God's got me. Woman gets to heaven. God, why didn't you save me from that flood? God says, I sent your neighbor. I sent some guy in a lifted truck. I sent a boat. I sent a helicopter. What did you want? Why did you refuse the help? And we refuse the help so often. We refuse because of our lack of capacity to receive. Or in my story, she had a whole other idea of how she was going to receive help. Help comes to us in so many ways. We have to be open. Our capacity has to be open to receive that help. So have you been like that woman? Have you been praying for help? Have you been praying for abundance? And when it showed up, you rejected it. Yeah, exactly. So what are some signs that you're actually blocking receiving, right? What are some signs that you're capping off your own abundance? I think one of them that I definitely can stand accused of and I see happen over and over again. She won't even take a compliment. Won't take, you look great today. Or that's a nice shirt. Those are amazing shoes. So if someone came up and said that to you, would you say, oh, these old things? Or, oh, I don't look that great. My hair's all jacked up. What would you say? Can you take a compliment? Can you receive at that very base level by taking a compliment? Or do you push that away? Another one, like I said in my story, is people who just simply refuse help. Right? Or I used to be that person. I would contort myself to get stuff off the top shelf at a grocery store. Understand, I'm just over 5 feet tall. I'm like 5'2", 5'3" on a day when I'm wearing some heels, which I don't even do anymore. Right? So getting stuff off the top shelf at a grocery store, or even second from the top shelf, can be difficult for me. So sometimes I literally just wouldn't even get whatever that item was because I wouldn't ask anyone for help. And sometimes when people saw me struggling, they would offer to help. And I would tell them, no, I'll get it myself. I'll do it myself. Are you pushing away help in that way too? Just refusing help when people offer it, or not even asking. I mean, now I will literally walk up to anyone and ask them for help. I don't care, right? I'm no longer ashamed of asking for help. Right? A lot of this has to do with shame, as I said earlier. I'm no longer ashamed. Are you one of those people that feels guilty when you do have money, when it's coming to you in an easy way, like you can't understand, why did I get that check in the mail? Where'd this deposit come from in my bank account? What's going on? And like you're almost wanting to push it back because you think it's too good to be true. It doesn't belong to you. How could you be getting something so easily? Right? Are you blocking receiving in that way? Sometimes we block receiving in a different kind of way. And this again is one where I can definitely say that I have blocked receiving. It's kind of a backwards kind of way, by overgiving, right? I want to overgive in order to kind of balance things out. So if we've entered an agreement and you're giving me a lot of money and it's to do a certain amount of things, I then want to overgive because sometimes those things are easy for me to do, even though they are quite valuable to you. So in my head, to balance out that scale, I'm going to do even more. I'll probably even do a couple of things that are hard for me to do so that I feel like I earn the money. If you didn't watch the previous video, you might not know that a lot of people have installed in their brain that they have to work hard for money. And the way that sometimes will show up is even when it's something easy for them to do and they're earning well from it, they will then still do something difficult in order to balance that out. So they feel like they've actually earned the money because they did something hard. So do any of those sound like you? You noticed yourself. Your ability to receive is the ceiling on your abundance. I'll say that again. Your ability to receive is the ceiling on your abundance. Honey, it's time for us to raise that ceiling. Let's jump into 3 ways you can expand your capacity to receive. First thing you could do is to just say yes. Thank you. Immediately. Don't overthink it. Start small. Say thank you when someone pays you a compliment. You don't have to go any further than that. Just say thank you. Receive that compliment. Say yes when someone invites you out for coffee. Say yes when someone offers their help, like getting something off the shelf at the grocery store because you're struggling. Don't overthink it. Say yes, say thank you. Second thing I want you to do is to take some time every day to expand your container. So what do I mean by expand your container? How are you taking time to do this every day? You are going to visualize holding more love, more success, more abundance, more of everything. And number 3, I want you to detach from guilt and shame. Right? Receiving more should make you feel guilty, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. Right? So I want you to detach from guilt and shame around receiving. Receiving more doesn't make you greedy. It makes you balanced. Abundance in and of itself isn't just about having, it's about allowing. Now, there's a few other things that I want you to take away from this video. You are worthy of overflow. You are worthy of support, of love, of wealth without conditions. If you're ready to open up that channel, if you're ready to really open up your abundance channel, then book a soulful reset with me. You get all the information in the description below and the pinned comments. If you've been going on this journey with me and you're ready to do your own thing, you're ready to make some bold money moves and unlock abundance on a whole different level, you can book a cosmic consultation with me. If you know it's a business that you're going to start, definitely check out Divine Systems AI. If you have heard several things in this video that have really rang true for you, make sure to like the video, and I want you to write something for me in the comments below. So comment on that one thing that you are ready to receive right now. Something maybe that you've been pushing away, right? That you're ready to receive now. I am so here for your expansion. Now make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you have rang that bell for notifications, because we have another video coming up in the money reclamation series. It's all about serious wealth rituals. We're going to be going through them in the next video. So until then, peace, joy, love to you.